Right, day 6. Well, let's just get going. Okay. Don't really want the storeroom. Let's stick the bedroom in here. Get some bonus steps. I've noticed this before. Been in this room because there's this. I need to get the library because there should be a book. Something about Reddington and the photo. But I don't remember noticing this before. But it's locked. So there's a locked trunk in the bedroom. Okay. So I presumably need a key for that. Yeah, it's got a padlock on it, so it needs a key. It's not going to be in here, is it? So, okay, well, let's keep an eye out. Right. Now I can't... Oh, actually, no, I've got to, of course, because the last time... I was about to say I can't do the observatory because I don't have any gems. But, what was it? It was the freezer room or whatever, wasn't it? Threes is these, so I've already got some gems. Observatory's not the most useful. The parlour would probably be more useful at this point, just to try and get these rooms here. So let's do that, and that should get me usually some more gems as well, isn't it? Right. Let's see what the boxes say. All 3 boxes are empty. Well, that's definitely not true, right? Because there's always something in one of them. This box and the blue box are empty. That's possibly true. The black box contains gems. Okay, so... Okay, let me just remind myself again. So, one of them has to be true. At least one is definitely true, and at least one is definitely false. But only one of them will have something in. So this one says this one and that one are empty. This one says that all 3 are empty. Well, that can't be true, right? Because there's got to be something. So that's got to be the false. Mind you, is it at least one is false? Always be at least one which is true. At least one which is false. So there could be more than one that's false. So that one is false, right? This one says the black box contains gems. That's possible. This one says this box and the blue box are empty. So that one and that one could be true, making that one false. That makes sense? I think that might make sense. Yes, there we go. Okay, so we've got quite a few gems now. Before I leave, as I'm on the lookout for a key, and plainly things do change in some of these rooms. Because that box wasn't there before. Right, so let's go out this door. Let's see if we can get something to fill in this corner. So there's the utility closet. Right, the nook would be useful here. Kitchen, less so. So let's do the nook. That gives me a key. Oh, I'm assuming it's... maybe it's just any old key. Well, we'll find out in a moment. Okay. So here's a key. Yeah, I'd assumed that box would need different keys. But maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just an ordinary key, the same as for all the other doors. Okay, so then in this corner, right, so guest bedroom would fit neatly in there. I mean, I could put the others. We're wasting a door to some extent. So maybe put the guest bedroom in and get a whole load of steps, and then we'll backtrack to the entrance hall and move on from there. So we've now got plenty of steps. We've got another gem. So this was about the billiard room puzzle. Was there anything else in here? No. Okay. Doesn't look like it. Right, so let's go back. Let's just see whether that box does open with just any old key. Yes, okay, so it does. So what have we got here? Another gem. Spare set of car keys. Okay. Now I have come across, I don't think I've ever drawn it. There is a room. Let me just see. I'm pretty sure I've seen one appear of a garage. But I'm not sure I've ever actually drawn a garage. No, but because I mean, if a set of car keys is going to be useful anywhere, that's where it'll be. Right, let's head this way now. Okay, so spare room would make sense to fit here, wouldn't it? And just move up to the next thing. Wondering whether I should just go that way first. Let's do that. Right, so we've got a corridor, or the storeroom, or the observatory. Keeps offering me the observatory. It feels like that would make more sense in a corner. So let's do this. If it offers me the observatory in this corner would be nice. Not usually anything in here. No. Right. Okay, pantry's pretty good though, isn't it? Yeah, let's do that. Gets me some more coins. Anything else? Coins. And some more steps. Yeah, I've got 59 steps now, which is good. Right, nothing else in here. Okay. Well, let's carry on this way for now. So den, that would be a good fit for this, or I could put the West Wing Hall in here. I've got quite a lot of gems already, so maybe we just stick a hall in for now. Save the den for later. Right, so we'll try and fit in a room in here. So the hallway is not a great fit. Okay, none of these are really great for this space. And I'll be blocking up a door somewhere. Maybe given I've got gems spare, maybe stick the security room here. So it's blocked up that door, but that's okay. Right. So is there anything useful? This, yeah, that's about the memos. Just have a look at this. So inventory, right, we've got everything there is so far. Keycard system settings. Let's do the offline mode and put it unlocked. Right, I still don't know how to log into that. But right, so we've got a few doors here then, haven't we? Maybe I'll do the one... Should I do the one in there first or this one? Saves steps, doesn't it, if I do this one first? So storeroom furnace. I don't think I've come across the furnace before. Or the observatory. I'm tempted to do the observatory, mind you, just because I'm interested in how this room works. So there's this book. Okay, some of these are different, aren't they? Some of these are definitely different. Right, so I need to move this. Oh no, actually it is pointing in the right direction. Just before I do that though, maybe that's to save me having to do it every single time. Let's just check there's nothing I've missed up here. No, it's just the controls, right. Okay, well let's have a look at it. I still haven't quite worked out how this operates. So we've got 2 stars showing up on here. So the only bit I can click on is down here. Right, the twins. A pair of chests has been added to the entrance hall. So whenever I come to this, there'll be some sort of constellation which gives me something, right? And maybe it's to do with the number of stars. Underneath where my steps are there's a number of stars. So maybe I can only get, like I've got 2 at the moment. So I could get that, I can get 2, but I won't be able to see these ones because I don't have enough stars. Maybe. Should I go back to the entrance hall? Given I've got quite a lot of steps, maybe I should just head back there and just see what that's added. Yes. Ah, no, are these locked? They are. Okay. So it's added chests in here, but they're locked chests. Right, if I pop in here, mind you, I get a couple of extra steps just by coming in here. Although I've used one to come in here and now I use one to come back out, won't I? Okay, I don't get you anything. Right, well let's, whilst I'm back here then, we'll need another key. Let's head through the spare room, which shouldn't have anything in it, I don't think. No. Okay, so storeroom would fit neatly. Passageway is sort of tempting, just because it gives me options, even though I will have blocked up one door. The risk is that I do this one and I don't get a good option. If I get the wrong room here, I've got nothing else. So I could do the chapel. This uses 2 gems. I've only got 4 at the moment. Maybe I'll use the chapel here. At least it does mean I can continue on. Right, is there anything in this room? Because there was a gem in here. Ah, we've got coins in here today. Okay. Right, well, let's try out this way then. Right, storeroom, hallway, or closet. Okay, maybe if I do this I can get a key and then go back through the entrance hall. We'll come back round this way, which I'm going to need to do. Unless I do the hallway. I'm going to need to do that anyway. So let's do this. Pick up a key. We can check what's in one of those chests. Padlock. These pictures do change. There's a picture of a padlock today. Right, well, let's find out what's in one of these chests then. Trunks, sorry. Ah, right, so we've got a whole load of keys, so now I can use one of those to open this one and still have 2 spare. And that's got me a lot of coins. Okay. Right, so I've got an awful lot of coins. Okay, so back this way, and I guess just hope that I get the right sort of room here, or else this could turn out to be quite a short day. I just need something that does go straight through. Okay, workshop, that'll work. It at least gets me through slightly further. The other 2 don't, so yeah, workshop it is. Okay, now this had a different letter on it last time I was here. I'm going to need to make a note of this, I think, because I'm not sure what. Haven't worked this out. I don't know if this is always the same. Page 8. I don't remember. Make a note of that as well, just in case. And then this has got a C on it. I don't think I noted down what it had last time. Unfortunately, that was probably a mistake. Don't always remember to fill things in. I wonder 8C. I wonder if it's trying to spell something out. It's possible, isn't it? Okay. Well, we'll have to check another day, I think. Right, don't actually have anything I can make at the moment. So, on this way. So I don't think there's anything else. No, okay. Right, so we've got the billiard room, which would be useful. Ah, the garage, that does... it'll get me in there, but it will then block me in. That's tricky. Should I do that, or should I do this and try and carry on? I'm going to try and push on and hope I get the garage again later. Another coin. Don't think there's anything else. Right, so we've got the puzzle here. Let's have a look then. So the yellow means minus, so 19 minus 14 is 5. Then we've got 4 times 5, 20. And then we've got... Ah, no, I don't think I've had that one before, but I think that must be division, mustn't it? So 12 divided by 4, which gives me 3. Oh, and we've got one more. Oh, right, this one is complicated. Right, so 12. Never quite sure, is there an order these are supposed to run in? Let me just check. It's not going to be 12 times 10, is it? That's or... Oh, it could be, mind you. I'm just right. So if it was 12 minus 9 would give me 3 times 10 would give me 30 divided by 15 would give me 2. There we go. Okay, and that looks like a key card. Nice. Right. Okay, so on this way. This door's locked, but that's fine. Right, so we've got a hallway. Again, it's not ideal, but it's the only option I've got if I want to continue. So we will have to do that. So that door's blocked. Yeah, that's the thing, just about certain. More likely to come across locked doors on one side. Right, what have we got here then? Right, the den would be quite a good one, wouldn't it, actually? The other two, again, block me in, so let's go with the den here. Quick check. Make sure there's nothing else. Looking at that, thinking it's something that opens, but I don't think it is. Right, so let's try and carry on this way first and then do that one afterwards. Okay, this is my last key. Okay, is this door locked as well? No. Okay, well, let's do this one then. Let's just stick the kitchen there. Okay, well, let's use the key on this and just see what we get. Right, drawing room, nursery, or the utility closet. The utility closet could be useful, couldn't it? I haven't come across, I think, any rooms that needed that yet, but it feels like it might happen soon. So maybe we put that here. So keycard system, dark room. Right, garage off. I probably want those on, I think. I'd like to do the garage if I get a chance. Well, this is the only way I go. I feel like the garage, presumably if it's anywhere, it's got to be on the edge, doesn't it? It doesn't make any sense to be in the middle of a house. So, now can I... This I can buy... Yeah, I've got a lot of... thing is, I've got a lot of coins, so I could buy a club sandwich. Right? Let's do that. I'll leave it at that for now. But that's got me back up to 50 steps. So I'm quite good for steps. I'd be happier if I had more options as far as doors went. But at the moment, this is the only one I have. Okay, so library. Actually, no, the library does have 2 doors. I could do that. And actually, that does make most sense. Library should have a book for me, I think, that I requested last time. And that... Oh, it's also got a key. That might be useful. Right, so this... Sightseer's Guide to Reddington, a modest account of our town by Sir Andrew Dahl. Borrower Anne Babbage. Babbage, that was the name of somebody. I don't remember now who that was the name of. Is this significant? Should I be noting these down? I don't know. I'll make a note of them just in case. So we got 18th of November 87 was Lord Evanson, and then April 25th 92 Lowry, and then this is me, isn't it? I think 93 Jones. Okay, just in case. I have no idea if that's relevant as to who's had the book before. Right, introduction. The 3rd largest city in Fen Aires and site of its former capital, Reddington is synonymous with mountains, mystery and magic. Most tourists head straight for the boardwalk and don't get much further than the botanical gardens. However, Reddington has much more to offer. Spectacular scenery, historic castle, and a charming underground bazaar rewards visitors who wish to explore further. Reddington is that type of unique, enchanting place that lingers in your mind and memories long after you leave her. So, botanical gardens, Reddington's most popular attraction and a guaranteed crowd pleaser. The botanical gardens is loved by both locals and visitors for its Ageran canopy house and mausoleum, its petal-covered trails and its mind-boggling variety of flowers. This is the reason springtime is Reddington's busy season. Situated just east of town, the botanical gardens offer a scenic and captivating tableau of the natural countryside. A cobblestone trail meanders past over 1,000 species of tropical plants, each remarkable in its own right, yet even more stunning set against the spectacular backdrop of the Reddington Mountains. Allow yourself at least an hour to indulge in this picturesque walk, which concludes at Mainway Station. Okay. Featherfall Keep. You will find sitting at the base of Mount Perma, Reddington's second highest summit, a historic site described by scholars as significantly important to the realm's past. Featherfall Keep, the former home of Lord William Epson, has until recently always been a private residence, serving as a family home to the Epsons since before the Third Era. After the death of Lord Epson, his oldest son Lionel Epson left the estate never to return. However, the daughter stayed, maintaining the residence and its staff until her marriage in 1951. At that point, Featherfall Keep ceased to be a family residence. It began operating as a historic house museum and tourist attraction, and the estate was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1972. It's still believed that by many that Featherfall was built by the first king of Arinda Aries when Reddington was still the capital. However, surface documents containing conflicting dates have recently cast some doubt on the long-standing myth. Right, Trinsdale Lake. Close your eyes and imagine tranquil, serene stillness, rolling fogs, clear water and gliding swans. In the midst of all that beauty sits Trinsdale Lake, one of Fen Aries' premier vacation destinations. exclusive for its more privileged citizens. The lakeside resort and cabins have been frequented by royalty and the realm's gentry for generations. However, on the southern shore of the lake, tourists are free to enjoy the views and rub elbows with the rich and famous in the 100 Bells Tea Room, which is open to the general public for lunch on Mondays and Fridays. Mount Holly. At an elevation of 11,220 feet, Mount Holly is the tallest mountain in the Reddington Range and the highest peak in the entire realm. This is the mountain you can see out the front of the house, actually, isn't it? It's quite a distinctive silhouette. Beyond the physical challenge itself, climbing Mount Holly Trail is a beautiful experience and one that many hikers and explorers will want to do at least once. It's only a few hours from Reddington to get to the trailhead, and you won't need any local guides or special gear if you tackle the trail during the summer season. However, those willing to give this mountain a significant amount of planning and research will be greatly rewarded whether or not they actually summit. On the opposite side of the peak, far from the trail, rests the estate of Mount Holly, nestled between the summit's northern slope and saddle. This 80-acre mountain residence is almost as old as Reddington itself. However, unlike Featherfall Keep, the property has been completely private since the closing of the Mount Holly schoolhouse in '66. Still, hikers will be able to appreciate the house's unique architecture at a distance from one of the trail's many north-facing overlooks. Mainway Station Bazaar. For the sentimental tourists wishing to pick up a souvenir to remember their stay, one might try braving the Mainway Station Bazaar, but don't be too hasty. Without proper guidance, the Mainway Station can be a dangerous place. Located underground, this unique marketplace was once Reddington's central railway station, in a time when the realm's trains were still in service. Now the turnstiles, footbridge and platform have been appropriated and turned into a cavern of tents and torches. Whether you're bargain hunting, looking for adventure, or finding a memento to commemorate your visit, the Mainway Station Bazaar will be a worthy conclusion to your sightseeing adventure in Reddington. So this is a map. Okay, so Botanical Gardens there. So this is Mount Holly. I think we're the other side, it said, of Mount Holly from Reddington, didn't it, I think? Okay, I mean, it's all interesting, but I'm not sure how useful it is, but I'm guessing there's probably something to it, isn't there? Right, that's just about the directory of rooms, wasn't it? So can I... Where was it? It was up here, wasn't it? I requested a book. Does this... Right, this is the records of, yeah, what I've done. Oh no, this is just the scrapbook. Right, is there anything different in here? Floor plans, contraptions I've made. Still not done any of those. Largest purchase, my club sandwich. Right, yeah, not wildly useful. Right, where did I request books from? Was it down? It must have been down here somewhere. I don't know. Will that book always be here now? Okay, it was in here, wasn't it, that I requested books? Can't remember. Feels like it would have been, but there's not anything here at the moment. Have I missed something up here? I don't actually remember exactly how it worked. Because it wasn't either of these, was it? No. That one just tells me... Maybe it was on the table. Was it on the table I clicked? Might have been. Let's have another look. So that's just looking at that book. Okay, Okay, I don't remember. I thought there was a way to request books for the library, but I am not seeing it now. Because all this is the one that I requested last time. Okay, never mind. Maybe I am misremembering how that worked. Okay, well, we've got a door to carry on through anyway. Okay, use the key on this one. What do we have? Oh, Great Hall, 7 locked doors. That's not going to be wildly useful, is it? Cloister, that feels more useful. I do have enough gems to do it. So let's do that because, yeah, I don't have enough keys for that. So cloister it is. I don't think I've done the cloister before. I should read these, shouldn't I? Yes, this is the first time I've done this. A covered walk and colonnade surrounding an enclosed and seemingly inaccessible garden. A solitary angelic statue in the centre of a grassy patch provides a secluded court, a hallowed atmosphere. Just out of interest, did it say anything about the library? Right, I get less common words. Maybe it was somewhere else that I requested the library and I've just forgotten how that worked. Feels like it must have been. Right, is there anything else in here? We've got doors, that's always good. Can I get there? If I can get a shovel, I can dig these up, can't I? Right, well, let's try and do this one first. Right, keys for sale. That might be useful, although courtyard is kind of tempting just because it would open up this space. Go on, let's do the courtyard. This might be a mistake. Okay, we've got another chest. Right, well, let's see if I can fit something sensible in here. Ah, okay, that is locked. Right, maybe if I get a key. Right, garage. Okay, I think this is the spot to put this, isn't it? It also gives me some keys, which I could do with. So yeah, let's stick this here because I've got these car keys, which feels like if they're going to be useful anywhere, it's going to be here. Right, so it says... interesting. Keys, there we go. Let's take all of those. Right, let's just have a look around. Okay, a note. Christoph, this is the 3rd time this month you and the car have been gone when your services were required. I don't care how long you've been driving for his lordship. Your absences must be accounted for, Mrs. Babbage. That's Mrs. Babbage. That was the... I assume that's the one woman who took out the book, wasn't it? In the library. Right, so does Ah, does it open that? Oh, it also opens that. I assume it will open both, right? Feels like I should be able to use it for both. Okay. The drop-off address is 14227 Sandy Heights, a small garage in the south edge of Trinsdale. The goods are already secure and in the trunk, so just unload and get back here before noon. I've seen Sinclair's schedule and I don't think he'll be requesting the car today, but you never know when the cat will want to get some air. Tomorrow will likely be the last delivery, and I believe Denny already has payment ready. So what's been going on? Something in the trunk. I should make a note of that address, shouldn't I? Sandy Heights. Just in case that's significant. Right, but what was in here then? An upgrade disc. Floor plan upgrade disc. Insert into one of the estate terminals to permanently upgrade one of your floor plans. Interesting. I wasn't aware floor plans could be upgraded. Right, and then what does this do? Ah. Now I'm guessing the utility closet, there was a switch, one of which was for the garage, wasn't it? And maybe if I hadn't turned it on, this wouldn't have been operating. So I can get out here. I guess I should go and have a look. So we've got a set of gates. Okay, but those don't open. That's presumably the drive where you can drive in and out. But I can't go that way. Or not now, anyway. Right, let's just check this way. So this is going back towards the front of the house. So we've got the garage, courtyard is... That's the garage. Courtyard should be next to it, and then there's a room that we haven't built yet. It's an odd mixture of things when you look at it from the outside, isn't it? What's the one with the... I don't know, I'm not sure whether I can recognise things from the outside. Okay, do not fall in the stream. So this comes out from under the house somewhere. A building over there. Right, so this comes around to this gate, which is at the front. Okay, I can open this gate now. The west gate has been permanently unlocked. Right, so that gate will now be unlocked. That's what I was about to say, is does that mean it's now open? So that now is open permanently. I don't know how useful that'll be, but we shall see. So we've got a little building here. Oh, I can draft a room here. Okay, so we've got tool shed, trading post, or a hovel. Okay. Well, let's do the tool shed and get some special items. What have we got? We've got a hammer. A heavy sledgehammer can shatter padlocks on locked trunks. Oh, I can use that to get into trunks, right. And a metal detector. Greater chance of finding keys and coins. Okay. Right, interesting. So I could actually come back round and come in here if I wanted to, couldn't I, at this stage? I don't know that that's helpful. I think maybe I'll go back in at the garage for now. So presumably now I could come through there and do that before I even go in to the main house if I wanted to. Next time round. Right, so here we are. So I've checked everything there was in here, right? I think. That looks like, you know, moonshine or something. Oh right, now I picked up that thing which would need going back to security, I think. So let's just check. Oh, actually no, there's a chest here. Okay, yes, so I can just break the lock on it. I don't need to use a key. That's kind of useful. And I've got 2 ivory dice. Nice. Okay. Right, so I can now get this done. Lavatory or furnace? I'm tempted to use it because this is probably going to keep appearing, isn't it? So at some point this is going to be a problem, and maybe I don't want it to be a problem at the wrong point. So shall I just do this one for now? Have I done the lavatory before? Yes, I have done it before. Did I read about the garage? Entering and exiting out through the west-facing private drive, the garage serves as a more practical and informal entrance point into the estate. Okay. Permanent additions, West Gate Path. Okay, yes. I should look at trying to use that upgrade tape, though, shouldn't I, before I leave? So, if I need to go back to security, I am here. So I need to go all the way round. Yeah, I need to go a reasonable way around, don't I? I do still have quite a lot of steps, but I should make sure I leave enough to do that. Is that, it says, will permanently upgrade a room. Not sure what that means, but okay, use more keys. There's quite a lot of locked doors. Right. Check an item, retrieve it on another day. Secret passage. Oh, I don't have any gems left at the moment. Or I could do the dark room, or I could redraw. Let's just see what we get. Oh, rumpus room. Oh, I can't do that one either. Okay. Gymnasium. Lose 2 when I go into the gymnasium though. Or I could do the bunk room. I'm going to do this one just because I haven't been here before. I don't think. No. A half court intended for basketball and racquetball, which is seldom used by anyone apart from the junior staff during their lunch hour. At least they did before Mrs. Babbage disallowed the practice after noticing how worn out staff members were after a game. Right. Is there anything I can do in here? Can I can't pick up the ball. No. Can't even move the ball by the looks of it. Okay. Well, let's try and do this room. Right. Boudoir. It's the boudoir. That's the one with the safe in, wasn't it? That I didn't know. And this has got a lot of locked doors. I do have one key, but it feels like that might not be wildly useful. Although I could stick it here and just check how it works, I suppose. Just wondering if those were relevant. Okay, so these doors are locked, right? It said 7 locked doors, yeah. Interestingly though, the room only seems to show 4. Why does it have 7? Okay, well, I'll tell you what, let's just do this one. Ah. Okay, no, I can get in here. Right, so we could stick a bunk room here, or the mail room. A package will be delivered here the day after drafting this room. Well, that sounds interesting. Let's pop that there. Order placed. Oh! The metal detector, right, that means there's... Okay. Right, so that's how the metal detector works. Got you. There was a note I noticed, but is there anything else? Okay, what's all this about? Please return all correspondence and packages addressed to Denny Ravane to sender, as he is no longer employed with our staff. Okay, is this... Oh, this is about the this is the box in the utility room. More detailed instructions will be sent by electronic mail to the address client provided. So it's some sort of indicator thing. It's press any button above to activate blue. Press a blue indicator next to a red indicator to activate purple. 5 purple indicators are needed to activate the 6th. But what is it doing? So you press one of these to turn something blue. Where do you get a red one from then? I'd have to go and play with the buttons, wouldn't I, to work it out. Okay. It's not entirely clear what it's doing though. Right, so the rest of these doors will be locked. Yeah, and I don't have any keys left, so that's not going to help. 29. I want to make sure I've got enough to get back to the security room at least, which I should be fine. Let's just see. Okay, that's locked as well. How about this one? Okay, we've got a whole load of locked doors, unfortunately. Right, well, in that case, let's head back to the security room. What's the best way of doing that? Yeah, I need to go through the library, kitchen, den, hallway, that sort of way, don't I? I could buy, actually, this, here you go, I'll tell you what. let me buy some. Oh, 5 for every red room in my house. I've got some, don't I? Yes, actually, I have. Okay, that's given me 15 extra steps. Right. Okay, well that's more than enough to get me back to the security room. Right, so should I just have a play with the switches whilst I'm here? So it was these things, right? So that's now green and red. Okay, I don't really know what I'm trying to do with them at all. It was definitely something to do with these, but it said something about green and red, and then there was press something and you could get purple. But these just seem to turn. It just cycles green, red, off again. Okay, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with that. So okay, that's something to ponder. Right, let's head back to the security room anyway, which so back through workshop, West Wing Hall, is that's blocked up, yep. Ah, now this is suggesting there's something here. Oh, that! A broken lever. I completely missed it. Is there anything I can make then? So I've got a sledgehammer, a metal detector, a key card and a broken lever. So I can... broken lever and a sledgehammer. Difficult to know quite what that would do. I guess I could try it and see. Okay, I can't... Right, that doesn't seem to have done anything, so I'm guessing broken lever, sledgehammer and something else. Okay, would be useful, but just those two on their own, not so much. Okay, well, so it said about using the terminal, right? Right, insert disk. Floor plan upgrade program. Okay, scanning disk. Hallway. Hallway data has been found on this upgrade disk. You will now have the chance to permanently enhance this room to one of 3 different upgraded floor plans. Right, so I can... Okay, so this doesn't usually have anything in it. Okay. Can I just wonder if I'm it said it's a permanent upgrade, right? But does that mean, you know, if I choose this one, I won't be able to do something like that later? One key feels like it'd be useful because I often do the hallway quite early on. Yes. I hope that's not a mistake. Right. Okay. I do actually have the hallway. It doesn't... I'm guessing it only works when you draft the room, right? It won't make a key appear, for example, in a room you've already done. Given I've got plenty of steps left, let me just go and have a look. that wouldn't make any sense, would it? No. The metal detector would be running if it was. Okay. So I don't think there's anything I can do there. So I think we may be largely done for the day, but that's definitely made some progress. Let's just head out the front again and just have a quick look around. I don't think I will have done anything useful. I do have the sledgehammer, but I don't. So that gate's now open, which is good. Because there's some locked things around down here, but I don't know that I can sledgehammer my way through them. It's not that anyway, because there's this, which definitely doesn't look like a sledgehammer is going to work on. We'll go and check. Yeah, nothing there. And then there's this gate over here, which really looks like I should be able to just hop over the fence, but yeah, it's still going to insist on me having a code. But I've no real idea at this stage. Really don't know why I can't just climb over. Would I be able to pick apples and things if I could? There's a shed over there, saying. Can't go around. No. Okay. And the only other things were down the bottom, wasn't it? There's that. Okay, don't fall off. Can I go down here? No. Okay. There's that sort of dark tunnel. I don't think I've done anything that would have any real impact on that, but I'm going to go and check just because I can. Yeah, it's just down here. And you never know if something else might have changed. Oh, there's this. I can't sledgehammer that open, can I? Feels like I should be able to. There's a track. It's like it's a mine or something. These really look like they ought to light up in some way, but yeah, I'm not seeing anything I can do down there, so I think we'll call it a day, but I've definitely made some progress. What I'm not sure about is what the whole thing about the book in the library and the explanation of the surrounding area, how that's helpful. But I've got a gate open, which might be useful in the long run. And was there anything else of real note? And I found something, yeah, in the mailroom, which was to do with the switches in the utility closet, but couldn't quite work that out. However, I think it's time to call it a day for now. west-facing villa. I suppose, yes, I've been mainly down that side of the house, haven't I? Fair enough. 7 items found, 6 new rooms, which is quite good, including 1 outer room. But we're still a bit short of the antechamber and running into more locked doors. So I'm definitely going to need plenty of keys.